Hey guys, today I'm doing a quick recap to document my experience during Score Marathon 2024. So for this event, I'm joining a 10K category and I've been doing my preparation and training for the last 2 months. But unfortunately, I experienced a cold during the race week and I believe it was a heat cold because I did do my run in 4 PM under a scorching hot sun and I started to experience the symptoms of running nose and headache last Wednesday. My recovery was actually ups and downs throughout the weeks. I did feel a little bit better on Friday, so I decided to go out for a run. And on Saturday, I did woke up with getting back some minor symptoms, but it was not very serious, so that's why I still decided to make my way to the event. To be honest, it was a tiring day for me prior to the race on Sunday. I had to deal with the traffic, drove for 2 hours to collect my babe at PJ Petaling Jaya. Then I was able to remind myself to carbo load. I have a fried rice, toast and a hard-boiled egg for my lunch. Then I have to drove back for another 1 hour to my homestay at Cyberjaya. I was not feeling good after driving for that long, so after I arrived at the homestay, I quickly went for a quick nap before I went for my dinner. I have a sashimi pot and a plate of sushi. After I finished all of my dinner, I quickly went back to the homestay, took my medicine and went to bed early to take some more rest. I went to bed early around 9 PM, but I would struggle with the environmental sound all night long.
Oh my god, it's 11:30.
And I start to have a thought battling in my mind on whether I should just DNS tomorrow event. But at the end, I decided to see how I feel tomorrow after waking up and adjust my plan accordingly. The world quieted down at around 12 to 1 PM and I finally can fall into sleep. A few hours later, I woke up by my alarm at 4:30 AM. Just get around 3 hours of sleep. I felt very tired and heavy on my head, but I still decided to show up to the event. Not going to race, I just want to enjoy a beautiful Sunday morning run. After taking my simple breakfast, I went to the event venue at Putrajaya, just 10 minutes of drive for me to get there, and I parked my car 1 kilometer away from the village. As there were so many runners, so many cars, so I decided to take a quick walk there to the village. As I was walking, I already saw so many runners running on the road. There were the full marathon and half marathon runners that are already being flagged off, I believe at 3 AM and 4 AM. I arrived at the race village around 6:15. I straight away went to the corral and did my warm-up as flag off will be in another 15 minutes. 10K category was separated into 2 batches, speed category and cruise category. Speed category were lining up at the front and cruise category were lining up slightly at the back behind the speed category. I think there were few hundreds of runners in the speed category and few thousands of runners joining the cruise category, so there was a very huge crowd. Since I registered for the speed category and it had a cutoff time of 1 hour and 15 minutes, so my plan was to finish within the cutoff time. Flag off happened at 6:30 AM. This time I was enjoying the race, so I took it more easy and relaxed. I walked from the middle to the start line before I start running, and it was very important to be extra careful, especially running with a huge crowd, but keep an eye on your step and try to have some space between you and other runners. At the start, I was feeling very smooth, running around the pace of 6 minutes per K and nicely handled the effort. I think the route was not very challenging in the first 1 to 4K. It was a slow descent with a few climbs in between, so I was able to maintain my pace, even pick it up slightly at the downhill. First water station at 2.5K, I told myself earlier to take it easy and have a break in every water station, so I did just that by stopping and walking for a while to drink water before I continued to run into a U-turn. So coming back from the opposite side, I saw a crazy amount of runners running at the other side of the road. I don't know how many runners joined the event today, but I was happy to be a part of it, enjoying and sharing the road together. Then we came into an empty highway. The road was closed, no car, just runner. I think I was enjoying the blue hour before the sunrise, taking photos and videos. Very relaxing in overall, just until the first climb hit me. It was not a very stiff climb, but I can feel my effort went up, so I slowed down my pace when going out. After the climb, it was the second water station. The volunteer here was so supportive and full of energy. I was hyped up and suddenly I felt like it was not that tired to keep going. I think this water station was set up in a great location because after the water station, we need to straight away went for another climb. For me, this was the toughest climb in the 10K route. I struggled a lot on my way up and I tried to hold on a pace around 6:30 per K and I felt very relieved after I finished the climb. At this point, I think I almost reached my limit on the day after having a bad condition prior to the race and went through a few climbs, but I tried my best to keep running as there were just 4K left to finish the race. So just keep it up. After 1.5k of running, I just can't hold on anymore for another climb as I can feel my chest were burning, so I turned into walking and running mode until the third water station. At the water station, I took an ice spray on my feet and drank like 3 cups of water there, hopefully to feel slightly better after the hydration. Luckily, there were no climb anymore, so I was able to slowly progress and recover back to running, and also merging together with full marathon and half marathon runners together running back to the finish. As we get closer to the finish line, the supportive energy get louder and louder. It did help me to hold on to my effort as I knew I was really pushing hard and I was trying to look for the finish line, but it was nowhere to be found until a few more turns. I'm glad to cross the finish line safe, but I was struggling, almost puked right there, but I was fine and I straight away walked to my car and get back to my homestay to have some rest. So this is a finisher medal for Score Marathon 2024, very creative as it was made by a combination of 2 elements, a medal holder that made by 100% recycled materials and the medal itself that attached the medal holder using magnet. I actually saw some people on Instagram losing their medal because the magnet on the back fall apart. I actually experienced the same situation and I applied some super glue to stick back the magnet, and now my medal was able to attach back to the holder. Overall, this was a very different experience for me. I actually never get sick before a race, so maybe this was an indication for me to take more rest. I will take a few days of break to recover before I get back into my training again. Before I go, thank you guys so much for watching and listening to my race recap, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.